The power of Christ compels these movies.
The power of Christ compels you!
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 demon movies.
No way.
For this list, we're taking a look at flicks where an evil spirit or spirits play a major role in the demonic plot.
When you're down here with me,
You float soul!
Also, a spoiler alert is in order.
you tease me, you black-hearted whore!
Number 10, Paranormal Activity.
It seems to me that that's what we're dealing with, something that's basically connected to you.
Upon its expansion into a wide release, legions praised Paranormal Activity as the scariest movie of all time.
Cool.
Or disturbing.
Are you not scared?
It's a little bizarre.
While people might have overhyped it in retrospect, the film still holds up as a cool supernaturalist thriller.
Will you stop following me with the camera?
In an age when horror movies are notorious for being flashy and gory, this found footage flick derived most of its scares through what the audience doesn't see, thanks to a plot revolving around a young couple who's supposedly being haunted by a demon in their new home.
What's here? What? What are you talking about?
I don't know. I feel it. I feel it breathing on me.
Admit it, the first time you watched Paranormal Activity, you jumped right out of your seat on several occasions and probably couldn't get a wink of sleep that night.
You want to stay here and sleep in this fucking bed and get dragged down the hall again? I don't think so.
We'll be okay.
Be sure to choose your bedfellows wisely, or you might end up with one of them turning into this. Number 9, It.
Hi, Georgie. Aren't you going to say hello?
If you saw It for the first time as a child, then Pennywise haunted your dreams well into your grown-up years.
You all taste so much better when you're afraid.
Of course, if you initially saw this 2-part Stephen King miniseries as an adult, you probably find Pennywise more funny than frightening.
See you in your dreams. Oh, come back anytime.
Either way, the TV movie remains an iconic staple of the horror genre, with an unforgettable performance by Tim Curry as the dancing clown / demonic alien, and a surprisingly effective story about friendship that spans over 30 years.
Why don't you guys get out of here?
Who's gonna make me?
We are.
Let's just try to overlook that giant spider in the final act.
Get out! Last chance, Doja. Get out! Get out!
Number 8, Drag Me to Hell.
Soon it will be you who comes begging to me.
Although Sam Raimi hit it big with the Spider-Man trilogy, that didn't stop him from returning to his campy horror roots with Drag Me to Hell.
I'm scared.
The title speaks for itself, as characters are literally dragged down into the pits of hell in this horror film. After a hideous old lady curses Alison Lohman and she finds out she'll be haunted by a Lamia demon though, the underworld almost sounds like a welcome escape. With anvils dropping on people's heads and possessed talking goats. Drag Me to Hell has the essence of a demented cartoon. It's silly, it's scary, and it's just a ton of fun. Number 7, Wreck.
Que nadie se mueva de aquí, ¿eh? ¿Vale? Bueno, y tú deja de grabar de una puta vez, joder!
Advertised to American audiences as the movie that inspired the 2008 remake, Quarantine, this Spanish found footage film unsurprisingly shares a similar premise with the later flick.
¡Una mierda! Acabo de masacrar en la cabeza a un policía que trataba de mordernos, joder!
Wreck follows a TV reporter interviewing a group of firefighters on their night shift. When called upon to rescue an elderly woman locked inside her apartment, they uncover a much more hazardous story.
Mira.
The film makes good use of the shaky cam technique and creates a claustrophobic atmosphere. But where Quarantine stuck to the mutated virus zombie approach, Wreck injects an unexpected demonic twist that's further explored in its sequels.
Esa cosa
¡No nos puede venir a buscar nadie!
Sí.
¡Abrid los ojos de una puta vez! ¡No les importamos ni una!
Number 6, The Conjuring.
We are beyond terrified. We don't know what's going on or what to do. Can you help us?
The Conjuring is one of those classic haunted house movies where the homeowners don't move out even after their dog turns up dead and one of their daughters starts sleepwalking.
A very powerful demonic has latched itself onto her.
While it doesn't revolutionize the genre, this is actually an effective thriller carried by a genuinely chilling mood, convincing performances, and a surprisingly touching relationship between 2 paranormal investigators played by Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga.
Well, we've been called demonologists. It's one name for us. Ghost hunters, paranormal researchers.
Kooks.
Wackos.
But we prefer to be known simply as Ed and Lorraine Warren.
It also has one of the creepiest dolls ever in the haunted Annabelle, who sadly became less credible with her 2014 prequel / spin-off. Number 5. Poltergeist. At the turn of the 1980s, more and more parents started to argue that we needed a new rating to bridge the gap between PG and R-rated fare. The PG-rated Poltergeist undoubtedly fueled this argument. By today's standards, this story about a suburban family that's haunted by wicked entities is clearly PG-13 material. Never afraid to frighten your little ones, the film overflows with creepy imagery, inventive antagonists, and effects that still hold up quite nicely. After watching it, you'll never look at a clown doll the same way again. Number 4. The Evil Dead.
Why are you torturing me like this? Why?
Sam Raimi established his knack for mixing absurd horror with absurd humor through this 1981 cult classic. On a low budget, Raimi crafted a gross-out, gut-busting good time that really stood out from the crowd. The cabin in the woods setting might be familiar, but The Evil Dead distinguishes itself with gleeful gore, impressive stop-motion visuals, and let's not forget the demonically possessed raping trees. It would go on to inspire a 2013 remake / reboot, which, while not as funny as its predecessor, is still positively to die for. Number 3. Rosemary's Baby.
We have to make a baby.
Having a demon inside you is one thing. The idea of that demon also being your unborn child, however, is blood-curdling beyond belief.
Somebody help me!
What makes Rosemary's Baby a masterful psychological horror movie is how it plays with both the protagonist's mind and the audience's mind.
What have you done to it? What have you done to its eyes?
For much of the film, we're not sure if Rosemary is losing her sanity or if she's at the center of a demonic cult's evil scheme, in which the truth stares Rosemary dead in the eye.
What have you done to him, you maniac?
Satan is his father, not Guy.
Number 2. The Omen.
For only if he is within you can you defeat the son of the devil.
Although we never see Satan spawn in Rosemary's Baby, his offspring takes center stage here.
What in God's name are you talking about?
Your son, Mr. Thorne. The son of the devil.
The definitive Antichrist movie, The Omen has no shortage of immortal frights, involving a nanny hanging herself, a household accident involving a tricycle, and the reveal of Damien's unusual birthmark.
He bears a birthmark. A sequence of 6s.
Any parent who names their kid Damien is pretty much setting him up to be evil, though. Even if it doesn't take an exorcist to figure out that this little bugger has malevolence running through his veins, Richard Donner's disturbing direction keeps you constantly on edge. Before we summon our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
I can still hear that voice.
Tell me your name, wicked one.
He who commands you is the orders you thrown down from the highest heaven into the depths of hell. In the name of our Lord Jesus Christ.
They always do.
Number 1. The Exorcist. Rosemary's Baby, The Omen, and The Exorcist are often grouped together as a spiritual trilogy of demonic child pictures, with the latter being the crowning achievement.
You're gonna die up there.
Nowadays, it's hard to imagine a film leaving audiences running out of the room screaming.
You know what she did? Your canting daughter?
But never holding back. The Exorcist served up scares unlike any horror movie, with stunning direction, a tense musical score, terrifying visuals, and captivating performances, particularly from the young Linda Blair as the demonically possessed Reagan.
Stick your up her ass, you motherfucking worthless sucker.
Be silent!
It's so head-twistingly shocking that theaters actually supplied audience members with vomit bags.
Your mother sucks and hell, Paris, you faithless slime.
Anyone else see the irony in that? Do you agree with our list?
Do you?
What's your favorite demon movie? For more entertaining top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
What are you doing to me?